so excited.
Hello, hello.
Hi, y'all. Hi. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I'm just going to let people trickle in, and then I will explain the video situation. Because the video that was going to go live today is going to go live tomorrow instead. So in case you're confused, tomorrow at 2 p.m. it will be premiering. But I actually have to make sure that I posted on my Insta because I don't think that I did. So and then like Starla, so I posted on our Instagram story. Thank you, Will, that I was doing like a half-hour Q&A and I asked people to send questions in, and Starla decided, to just send the most troll-ass question in my life.
Oh, God.
Like, hold up.
No.
I got receipts. I got receipts.
Recips.
So Starla, I freaking hate you.
No, you don't.
I do, though. I do.
I want to hear them.
Y'all
I love you. Okay, so Starla asks, if 3x minus y equals 12, what is the value of 8x over 2y? What is the value of my split up your ass? What is that even?
Y'all didn't specify what kind of question.
I freaking can't.
It's true.
Okay, what if people are studying for their SATs?
We're not supporting my bully. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
You're ugly. You know what? You're ugly for that, Starla. It's ugliness. You know?
Never.
We're not going to stand for it.
Do you know the answer?
I'm sitting. Kim said,
I asked a while ago, so I expect that y'all had time to show y'all's work.
Sure.
That was a while ago, so I'm ready. I think we're all ready for the answer.
Okay, so let me see if we can work this out.
Oh no.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I have a learning disability, which Carla loves to gaslight me for. I have dyscalculia. I literally cannot do math. Like, my brain is not capable. And Carla loves to point out that at every point. So you know what? But I'm also stubborn. So let's see if we can do this. Okay. If 3x minus y equals 12, what is the value of 8x over 2y? Where do you start with this? Can I get a hint? Can I
12 divided by 3.
You have to isolate a variable.
Yeah, look.
You have to isolate a variable. I used to mentor math. You need to isolate a variable.
Any variable?
So you take 12 divided by 3. What is it? 3x minus y?
Don't make me write this equation.
Everyone's actually gonna do it.
4?
Watch it not have an answer.
12 divided by 3
No,
is
there's
4.
an answer. It's not a true question.
The answer is 5.
No. You failed your SATs.
9.
I'm done.
Not. The answer is 30K.
Woo!
I should have came up with an equation that did that, though. Oh, that's a missed opportunity. I should have did that.
Starla about to get off of this live. I wasn't told there would be math. This is violence. First of all, Starla, you're the only player in the world who can do math. Okay. Well, I guess Starla and Avadi. Okay. Y'all two. What? All right. Whatever.
Remember, it's queers are on one spectrum or the other. Either we invented physics or we're Jesse.
Or we're
No.
You either invented physics or you literally have a mathematical disability. Okay, so Starla also said, what's y'all's favorite thing about Starla? My favorite thing about Starla is that.
By the way, the answer to the math question was 2 to the 12th power. Just put that out there. Okay, continue, please.
What?
That doesn't seem
Where did
right.
the 12 come in? Why are there powers? Is it a fucking X-Man? Like, what do you mean to the 12th power? How do you even? I refuse to believe that.
I'll show you my math later.
Over it.
No. You can explain it later, but I'm not going to understand. So.
Also, yeah, never mind. I don't think you divide 12 by 3. That was so wrong.
Okay, well, y'all are the ones who were like, just isolate a variable.
That is what you do.
I feel like, okay, have y'all seen Schitt's Creek?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't yet.
Oh, well, I have.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
I've seen some of it, not all of it.
Oh man, y'all. Okay, well, first of all, again, we need to do like a Schitt's Creek-a-thon because it's dope. But I feel like this is the scene where David and Moira are trying to cook for the first time, and Moira's like, just fold in the cheese. Do you remember that scene?
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
like that. Okay, fine. Where are the X-Men? Okay, so Starla also said, what would y'all sacrifice to the god that is Starla? Payment.
Are y'all really going to read out all the questions?
Oh, you thought you were just going to send this and I was going to be quiet about it? You thought you were going to get clear silence? Not today, Satan.
Oh my God, Will said, I would like to know how many skin bodies are in Jesse's basement. I know the answer to that. I've been to Jesse's basement.
Wait, what about skinning bodies? Oh, yeah. We see all the conversation about, first of all, there's no skin bodies in the basement.
There are bodies.
Jan, please. Jan, please.
I had vlog footage of it, of you telling me.
Of the bodies?
No, of y'all saying, I want to skin you and put you in my basement.
Was the basement involved?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I wanted to wear you. The way that
and then put me in the basement.
Viewers are going down.
And then put me in the basement.
Well, it's because I love you and I want you with me forever.
And join all the other skinned bodies in your basement.
You would be the only one. It would just be you because
honored.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so y'all trying to get Jesse locked up. See, always trying to get a black person arrested.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at Starla holding the kitten. That cat looks miserable.
He's full. He just ate dinner, so his belly's all super big.
Oh.
It's all hard.
Not him being a worm. Oh my God.
Okay, I can physically hear your cat singing In the Arms of an Angel right now.
Somebody call PETA.
For 2 pennies a day, you can feed this cat.
Somebody should, because I actually forgot to feed him this morning.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
The bodies in the basement is why Jesse's place is haunted. Yes. Exactly. Makes sense. It all checks out.
Trying to get me arrested. That's what this is. They said we're done.
Happy 30K.
Okay, answer the next question. We're gonna.
Are you sure y'all don't want to keep talking about the Corpse Bride, or like we're not? Are you sure? Are we sure that the Tim Burton moment is over?
I think so. For now.
All right. So, Effortlessly Bree asks, "What has been the best moment of your Bookstagram/YouTube journey?" That is wild. Like, first of all, that is a brilliant question because, like, it just would. I've never sat down and thought about this. And I feel like it's also a trap because like, I've just had so many fantastic experiences that there's no way I would have had if not for this journey. So, like, the very first thing that comes to mind, though, is working with YouTube and getting to go to LA to sit down with Brian frickin' Stevenson and interviewing a you know, like an abolitionist legend, essentially, you know what I mean? Like, or I'm sorry, like a, you know, death penalty, like just, it's just like getting to sit down with a man who was so heavily responsible for children no longer being executed in the United States. Like that is the first thing that comes to mind, just because being in a room with him was so like empowering and humbling at the same time. So I would say that, and that Akala is sitting in the chair in this corner, like looking over the kingdom. So dramatic. Everything the light touches, Simba. Okay, so other than that, I would say, as far as like the journey part goes, finding like Black horror and Black fantasy, because I think if I had started reading again without the community that I'm a part of, and just like hearing about hype, like, because being a part of the BookTube community, you simply learn more about what's coming out. You know what I mean? Like simply by participating, by watching videos, etc., you're exposed to more. And I don't think I would have known about all of the Black fantasies and thrillers and sci-fi books that are coming out. And I feel like that was so good for my mental health. You know, like it feels almost like a decolonization by reading these works that I didn't have access to when I was a kid. So it's almost like YouTube has kind of been like going through puberty again, because I just get to be like a little, you know, I get to be like a little fantasy nerd nerding out about, you know, can you actually look like me? That makes sense. So those two things. Okay, so that is such a beautiful question. Okay, so before we go into the actual sprints, I want y'all to answer that question if y'all are comfortable doing so, because this is a question I would love to hear like y'all's answers to.
I thought this was your Q&A.
Right.
Oh, it's my Q&A? Okay, so my question I'm sorry, who's at 30K?
Damn.
I'm gonna be so annoying from now on until the end of time. Excuse me, what's your name? My channel's at 30K. Are you aware you were going 20 over the speed limit? 30K. So,
30K.
Well, my YouTube's at 30K. So
30K. I'm gonna be so annoying. Okay, so what is your favorite music right now? Oddly Entrenched asked. Y'all. So there's this country song.
no.
Oh my.
No,
Stop.
you haven't heard it. Stop. Okay, so like it is so good. Jan's face. It's so good.
I like country.
I know that's why you making that goofy ass face. Sitting there like,
I'm like waiting for the suspense is killing me. Let's go.
no, it's this it's a very like slow bluesy, not twangy, but it's like I love how Starla's just not even interested after I said it.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Check
I was
it out.
promoting your live stream.
Starla
I
said-
don't want to hear it.
Starla, take a selfie.
I am promoting your live stream.
Like country.
I'm about to start my own live stream in your live stream.
I hate you. So let me look up the song so that you haters can find it and be changed, have your life changed the way that my lives were changed. So the song is called Black Crow. Wait, is that what it's called?
Oh my god.
The song that I've been listening to on repeat? It's not called that at all. There's nothing.
The Black A Merciful Crow, Six of Crow.
Yeah, no, it is called Black Crow.
Six
It's
of
called
Crow.
Black Crow by Brent Cobb, and it sounds very bluesy, which is why I like it, because y'all know that like vintage music is my thing. And so this is the first time I've ever heard country that is like heavy blues influenced. And so like that's why I'm so obsessed, because it doesn't sound like any of the country that I've ever heard. So for those of y'all that don't like country, I highly advise you check out that song and let me know what you think. We obsessed with that. Hey, Lena. Sharni says, I just like to share that I put this live show on the TV and my 1-year-old just looked up and started clapping his hands. He's a fan.
Yeah.
We love Kian.
Yay. That makes me really happy. I absolutely love that. Not a baby standing me. Okay. Oh my God, this username. And Onion Reads asks, I have so many questions. That's so cute. And Onion Reads asks, what is your favorite book so far this year?
Dear Sentinel.
Favorite book so far this year.
I was like, obviously.
No, it's Dear Sentinel by Akike Emezi. Akike Emezi's memoir, which came out June 8th. And it was so absolutely influential to all of, like, I feel like it was so centering in the joy that I have right now. Like, I feel like there's a direct line between us having read Dear Setran and the amount of good that has come into our lives since reading the very first page. And a big part of that is because so many things crystallized for us while reading Dear Sentinel. And also, I've never felt more, the term I want to use is recognized, like, in my entire life. And it was just like really wild because it was the first time I ever read a book where I saw all of the parts of me in the pages. Like, I'd never had that experience. Like, it was like someone putting a blanket over me. And it was really cool. So Dear Sentinel is not only my favorite book of the year, but is now my favorite book of all time, which is really exciting.
It is so good.
It's so good, right? It's phenomenal.
I need it physically. I need to write all over it.
Yes. Yeah, I want to reread it and annotate it because I was too, like, in awe to annotate. I just had to, and I read it cover to cover. Like, I read it and then I immediately started the book over again. Like, it just, and I've never done that. It was,
I cried, so.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, I remember.
Oh yeah,
so
I cried there.
We were crying. Yeah, we were at the park together.
And they were rollerblading, and I was crying by my lonesome about this book.
So good. It is such a powerful book. Like, even if you aren't spirit-selved, I think that there's just so much in the book that is raw and relatable. And I think that it's a book that, like, cuts to the heart of suffering, which a lot of us can relate to. It's a great book. It's great. It's great.
Hi, Sarah.
Gosh, yeah, super excited to sprint as well. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's any more questions, and then we've got 4 minutes. Someone asked, are bow ties your favorite kind of pasta shape? I'm a big fan because I cannot stand bow tie pasta. Why? Why does pasta need to be in a form? It's a noodle. It's supposed to be like, the only pasta that I truly love is angel hair.
Ew.
Noodle.
I like fettuccine. I like bow ties. Why didn't you give me the freaking? Oh, okay. Bye.
Fettuccine looks like tapeworms.
Oh, you can't say.
What, an angel hair does it?
No, because tapeworms are thick.
Yeah, but they're tiny.
No, they're like.
Fettuccine Alfredo is my favorite food of all time. Thank you.
Not no more.
Jessie just lives to ruin my life.
I do. Hi, Aaron. Used to be Reese. Kim knows me so well. What is a corkscrew pasta? I don't like that.
It's like
What is that?
It looks like a corkscrew.
Why? That's stupid.
Oh, it's like a spiral.
Yeah, it has an official name. I just can't remember it. I don't know.
Corkscrew's not the name.
Corkscrew pasta. Wait, did you know? Any of you know? Ducks have corkscrew penises.
I did know this.
I did. Yeah.
I did it.
Google it. Starla, Google it.
I don't want to.
I've never seen it, and I don't want to see. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
I think it's fascinating. I'm gonna expose all the ducks. Hold on.
You're sick. Not put duck dicks on this live show, please.
I'm gonna get y'all demonetized. I'm here to sabotage.
Lena, I hate that. Oh, okay. So I could do dinosaur-shaped pasta. That's adorable.
Oh my god.
I would get down with that.
I
would
want
get down with
that.
Okay, so Tomas asks, can I ask a question on here? And if so, how do I get through senior year of university when I literally just want to lay in bed, get high, and read queer romances? Look, we are the very last person to be answering this question because our senior year, we were done. We did not care. Like, true fact, there was one of my genetics courses. One of my genetics courses that I worked so hard in. I had a B plus. I was doing great. The final was 60% of the grade. And I woke up on the day of the final and I was like, fuck it. And I didn't go.
Oh my god.
I was done. So I am not the person. You should ask Starla this question because Starla actually cares about grades. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What I did when I was feeling over it is I just got up and I did everything I had to do first thing in the morning. I just got it over with as soon as possible.
Yep.
And then I was able to lay in bed and get high and read queer romances.
I dig that. I dig it.
So,
yeah.
My advice, do everything you have to do first thing in the morning and then be done with it.
It's smart.
Man.
That is smart. To answer this question, the sprints, Anissa, the sprints start in like less than 10 minutes. We're just doing a half-hour Q&A. 7 minutes. Start. What was I going to say? Yeah, I just like by the time that I was at my last semester, I was just so exhausted and done. And like, I physically could not make myself care. Like I was that done with academia. So the one thing I will say though is like, if you can, do whatever you have to do to prevent you from getting to the point that I got to, because like I worked myself too hard. I was working 3 jobs and I wasn't taking care of myself. And I was just like dating crappy people and just making bad life choices. And it all like compiled to the point where by the time senior year came around and my finals came around, I just didn't have the energy to even like try and dig myself out of the hole that we got ourselves into. That makes sense? So like not directly an answer to your question, but if you can do like when you feel yourself getting burnt out, like stop right there, practice self-care, go out and see friends. Like don't let yourself get to the point where you can't, like the point of no return, if possible, you know? Yeah. I'm over it. Okay. So answer like 1 or 2 more questions. So Brittany, Brit14 asks, if you could retell any fairy tale and make it queer, what would it be? I want to say Beauty and the Beast because that is our favorite Disney movie. I feel like that's such an obvious answer.
Why is that obvious? What?
Jan, okay. I know you were born like yesterday, so you probably don't remember Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my god, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite too. Fuck.
It was a big thing. It was a big thing. You know, every book nerd, she's walking through the village and she's
Beauty and the Beast is my favorite too.
Sure, Jan.
Damn.
So what? Y'all would make the Beast queer? Or like one of the side characters?
You know what would be cool?
Wait, I think it's a little bit bold to assume that the Beast is not already queer because he literally transforms at the end. Like he starts off as one thing and ends up as another. So, I mean, it's literally already in there. I just wanted to.
True.
Okay, we love to see it. We love to see it.
The groundwork's there.
I would actually. So the way that I would think of it is, I think it would be really cool to see some gender swapping and have have Belle in the role of power over the Beast. That would be really cool. And I think that dynamic can still definitely be queer. Like they can be bi or poly or, you know, trans, or ace. But I really like the idea of Belle having the more traditionally like malicious role in that, because I'm just like so tired of this damsel in distress sort of thing. Yeah.
I high-key ship Cogsworth and Lumiere.
Oh yeah, they're totally together, right? Isn't that like canon now? They're a thing. It's canon. They're a thing.
We've reclaimed it.
Also, Ursula and Little Mermaid. Why do we not have that? Like, why is that not a thing?
I feel like isn't there one already that's like that?
I don't
know.
A book? Probably.
You thinking of She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan?
No.
That's what I was thinking.
For Trans Mulan? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
main
what I was
character is
thinking of.
literally like trans, non-binary, genderqueer, just not binary. And
yeah, Mulan counts as being gender non-conforming, doesn't she?
In my book, yes.
Yeah, that's what I would think. So, I mean, that's trans canon. You know, ironically, because I know Disney sure as hell didn't mean to, but it's always really funny when homophobic and transphobic like corporations, writers, etc., write the gayest shit.
100%.
It's so great. It's so great. So, yeah, okay, so I think that is going to do it for questions, unless like questions come up later that y'all want to know. But before we jump into sprints, I would love to hear about y'all's what was the question? Favorite experience on YouTube? Favorite experience of your YouTube/BookTube journey? Jan, begin.
Okay, beginning. Meeting y'all, Naomi, and like everyone in person that I've met so far, and meeting everyone in general. I mean, that's like a basic answer, but like the fact that I've met 3 of my BookTube friends this year alone, exciting stuff.
It is exciting.
Very cool. Sorry.
Okay, who wants to go next? I've got my mango.
I mean, I was definitely thinking something along the same lines. It's just, you know, all of the people that I've met since coming on to BookTube, you know, other BookTubers and watchers and subscribers. It's just such a huge community, and I've met literally dozens and dozens of people that I now call friends. I've met people that are now like my closest friends, people that I've gotten to see in person, people that I've gone on trips with. And it's like the like thinking about how like the number of people that I would just not even know existed if this wasn't a thing it's like it baffles me all the time whenever I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's truly just incredible, all of the people that I've met.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, definitely it is the community aspect of it. Not to like piggyback off what y'all have already said, but it's true. I think it's wild that like there are people who are like I consider to be my best friends who like I would not have known if I didn't start talking about books on the internet. So that's really wild. My other favorite thing was something that happened last year, which was getting to be a part of Quarantine Pages, which Jesse, you were there too. I think that was a really incredible sort of like once in a lifetime community building experience that connected us with so many different people, and literally like being able to share space like that with so many people every single day and connect with them, especially during a time where it was hard to feel like you could trust other people, right? As we were in this pandemic as it was first developing, not that it's any better now, but like having that safe space, you know what I mean? Like, at a time where you feel like you don't know if you can walk out the door and trust the person next to you, knowing that you have this space to like come to and read with other people and connect with them. I think it was just really special. So I'm really grateful to Jerry from Onyx Pages for putting that together and allowing me to be a part of it, because it was amazing. And then obviously I also like getting to meet people in person too. So like BookNet Fest 2019, when I actually met Jesse in person and some other booktubers as well. That was really cool. So, and also just like in general, like thinking like how it's like I get to do things like interview my favorite authors now, and like I get to like have actual relationships and even friendships with some authors that I really admire. I think that's special, and that never would have happened again if I didn't start booktubing. So
That's dope. And like hosting Sapphicathon too, starting my book club.
Yes, book club stuff for sure.
I got to be during Bookoplathon. That was pretty cool.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's when I hit 1K, because it was like,
I remember hitting 1K and like literally feeling as if I was going to pee my pants. You know what I mean? Like, being that excited. And it's like, it's interesting because when I started on YouTube, I thought that like that feeling would go away because of like the rhetoric that I don't know if this rhetoric still goes around, but like this rhetoric, there was like a lot of rhetoric when I joined about like big booktubers. I don't consider myself like a big booktuber, but about like big booktubers and I don't know, like just like it becoming like not about the numbers, I guess, which it's not. But I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but essentially I just felt like, after 5K, it stops being exciting. And it's just really interesting because like every single time I gain a subscriber, I'm like, holy crap, like I can't believe you're here. Like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
There's still time. You can still go if you want. Like,
there is time to reevaluate.
Yeah, it's wild because like I still get that same exact feeling of just like deep shock and gratitude every time. So thank you everybody who helped me get to this point and who is on this ride. We really appreciate it. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I'm so glad that my beautiful friends are here to do some reading sprints and celebrate 30K. Before we hop into sprints, I want to know what y'all are going to be reading.
No. I don't even know. I got
the mood dropping.
Right, we're like,
I thought y'all were
reading.
Everyone leave.
I
have my books.
I guess I'll just.
We're gonna go, Starla?
In honor of y'all.
No, sorry, the Witch King has entered the chat. I don't want to hear anything else. Please, the Witch King. Please.
I'm just reading this in honor of Jesse.
Audrey's a big Witch King stan.
Absolutely.
Like the biggest.
Not to self-plug, but I do have an interview with H.E. Edgman on my channel if anyone wants to check that out. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I wanted to finish the book and I just did, so I'm definitely gonna
it's like no lie, one of my favorite conversations I've had with an author ever. It's really great.
Cannot wait. Very excited.
Highly recommend. I'm going to be reading My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones, this is an arc, and I think it comes out at the end of August. I got this from Saga Press. So I started reading this before we got here. So I'm going to continue reading that.
Beautiful. What about you, Starla?
I'm in the middle of 2 books. I'm reading Legendborn currently.
Finally!
Yeah, finally. And Vinland Saga Volume 1.
I wish I was only in the middle of 2 books. Damn.
I mean, no, I said this is what I'll be picking up. I didn't say how many books I'm in the middle of.
You're right.
Literally.
Here's the difference.
Fair.
Oh, yes. A Lesson in Vengeance.
Well, we're going to be reading Vicious by V. Schwab.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. And then
I've been trying to convince y'all to read that book for years now.
Years.
I should start it.
Actually, like what pushed it over the edge and like made me actually put this book on my TBR because I didn't really care. But yeah, and Son of the Storm. So
nice.
How long do y'all want to sprint for? What?
I don't care.
I said I don't care.
Okay, 40 minutes it is since like we,
I'm also gonna
took a little bit. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, we're not 7 minutes over 8:30, so, or 8 o'clock.
It's fine.
Okay. What was this?
West Side.
Please, my dang sign.
That's what I look like to me.
It's already hard enough to grow as a Black booktuber. You're out here with family.
No, we're trying to get you to go to jail, be a part of gangs.
Jail, skinning people,
That was on y'all.
Well, we all know Jan likes to throw Black people under the bus, so.
Literally, I was like, excuse me? You just were talking about receipts.
Escalated quickly.
The icon just adds to it.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna start sprinting. Okay, so what is okay, so someone do math, please. What's 3 minutes from now?
Come on, you can't do plus 40.
You can't set a timer for 40 minutes?
48.
52.
It's 8:08. 48.
It's 52. 4 plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with a 0. 52. Y'all think I'm kidding about having a learning disability, don't you? Y'all think this is a joke. It's not a joke. I'm serious. Like,
it's not. That was actually just sad.
Just set an alarm.
Just do 40 minutes and wait until it. You don't have to do math.
But I'm saying
for the pinned comment.
Works. Like it doesn't that's not what my brain thinks to do. It doesn't think 40 plus 8. It thinks, okay, you take the 4 and then you add. Because in my head, I looked at it and I saw 40, and then you add the 8 because it's already 8:08, and then I added 8 and 4, and then added 10. Starla looks so just the pity.
Y'all stress me out right there. Oh my god, not this comment.
Jen, this is not the brand you want, I promise.
I didn't ask for this.
It's gonna be 8:50. Is that correct? 40.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Good job. I'm proud of
just
y'all.
Just put 50 because we're in different time zones.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the minutes.
I know, but they put 8:50. Okay, bye.
I hate all of you except for Audrey. Okay, that was like, I don't know about y'all. That was a great sprint for us.
Samesies.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing.
Not just ignoring all of their friends.
All over.
Dead.
Sorry, I'm glad you're here. Yay!
Hi. It's been a long day, but hello.
Yeah. What were you up to?
Well, in the morning, I was driving around because I was like, let me see what's going on in this new town, honey. And then I had work until 6, and then I had to go pick up something, and then I had to go to Target because whoever's here, don't judge me, but I definitely lost my deodorant. So I had to go buy deodorant and kept getting lost. Hate that for me. So, yeah, but it's okay. And then I got here, and I was in the waiting room, and somebody thought I was in the hospital. I am so sorry for worrying you, the person who worried about me.
I'm so concerned from afar. Look, reading Son of the Storm, nothing else matters to me.
I've heard good things about that book.
Oh my God.
It was so.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's good to hear.
Not a bot coming in.
Ooh, I want to see the bot.
Karen.
Where?
Oh my God, Karen.
Proposal and wedding romance book.
I don't think that's
Doesn't that happen in like
A bot.
every romance book?
All the Bakaras.
Why is the bot giving book recommendations?
I have never read a
What if
romance
they're
that
not a
didn't
bot
end.
and y'all
I
are just
know.
It's a whole
It
family.
doesn't seem like a bot to me.
It's a whole family.
Right. Karen, are you in need of recommendations?
No. There's an Ace Bakara sauce. There's another one too. There's a whole family of them. They're all bots.
That's interesting.
Why? What do they want?
What do they want?
Well, they want proposal and romance and wedding romance.
Wedding romances.
I don't understand. So they just like come and ask for books?
They pop in and like I guess some like algorithm or something shady, like, you know, listens to the conversations and tries to put something relevant.
Oh no. That's so creepy.
It used to be really bad, like for International Women's Day, it'd be like a week ahead and Ace would just come in and be like, International Women's Day.
Jen, I'm sorry, but it doesn't sound like this is a bot. It's giving real person.
Okay.
But Karen, you should stay over here. Just in case.
I'm just glad that Karen
Oh.
was here when we were talking about skinning people.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What would the comment be? Oh, me too.
What?
I have bodies too.
Right. Okay. See, I was gonna say this because how are they talking about romance books on Jesse's channel? I was like, I don't think Jesse.
Just like books in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like fantasy books or like
The wedding romances comment. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I read a lot of romance and I don't remember any weddings. Maybe like one or two ever.
the robot has feelings.
As an ace person myself, only an ace person would say this.
The robot has... You know what?
That's how I know you're ace. Like,
Oh, that's how, not the icon.
no, that's what I mean. Like I saw the icon. That's why I'm like, that's how I know, you know. Because I'd be like, I personally will personify the hell out of robots
And your private parts.
in my private parts.
I was screaming.
Yes, Jan is always on me about the fact that I do voices for my vagina.
Oh my god.
They're literally like, oh my god, it's crawling. I'm gonna crawl over here. over here now.
Not it's crawling.
Okay, like
Bye.
no.
Can you come pick me up?
I was about to do the same thing. I was like, you know what? Let me leave studio.
This is not the proper context. The context is I'll say something weird will happen.
I don't think context matters in this situation.
Oh my god, Jan, please.
All I'm saying is if somebody texted me it's crawling, I'd be like, hey,
It'd be left on red.
it's not too late.
Like, okay, so it's like if like a guy does something, like a cis guy does something creepy, and I'll be like, ew, it's crawling away. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
No.
oh my god, no. But then I do like a voice for it. Do you want to hear the voice?
No, please don't.
Oh.
Yes. I've heard it. Everyone needs to suffer with me. Please, come on.
Right. Quinn, I am with you. Quinn, I am with you.
And they do like the little motion, like
What? Everyone's supposed to be reading?
See, now I don't know if I should do it.
do it. You're
Please don't. Jesse,
I'm
there are other
scared.
things I can be doing tonight.
y'all are in too deep now. Like you got to do it.
That's what she said.
Right. Somebody said, do you really want to share this with all 30Ks?
Yes. Yes. All 30K of you need to suffer with me.
I'm not doing it, okay?
Oh.
Wise
Don't
decision.
do it.
I just love how Hia is just like, so I want to read Murderbot.
What is
That's
that?
great.
I heard someone talking about that today, but I've never heard
It's like a robot
of
with
that.
things, and it's like super funny, but they're like super short books, and there's like 6 of them.
Mm.
By like something Wells, Margaret Wells, I think.
Oh,
Martha Wells.
Martha Wells.
I bought, I think, the first book for our birthday. Was it birthday? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or was it? Reading with Blue, what the hell did I just walk into? That is actually true. Like Malka literally like every single live is saving my ass. Every single live.
Agreed.
Yeah. Ooh, Monet in the house. Okay, so
Hi, Monet.
I bought the novella then, which I should read last. Starla? Because you're the one who's read this, right? The Martha Wells series.
Starla's like,
I started dissociating.
not I.
Calling you out while dissociating.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
You were
All,
like
all
crying.
Systems Red is the first
Oh,
novella.
yeah.
You know what's funny, Starla? Because like, not me exposing us online, but like, Starla and I have a very like real connection between each other. That sounded super. That didn't sound right. Anyway, look.
What do you mean? We're very open about that.
Let me finish. That's what she said.
Oh,
Okay,
That's
so
what she said.
oh my god, Jan, please. So I had this like feeling like in the back of my head. I was like, is Starla dissociating? Then I was like, no, Jesse, like you're being weird. Like, no. So it's actually funny. We were like, no, yeah, I was. And thanks for recognizing it and then speaking to me anyway. Thank you.
I love y'all. Yeah. What were we talking about though?
The murder bot, I think.
Yeah, do you know the first like book in the series?
It is All Systems Red. Somebody said.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
okay.
I think somebody did
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
There's like
You know what, people-
there's like 3 or 4 novellas, and then there's like a random full length novel in the middle of the series, and then
Really?
novellas.
Ooh.
Trying to get this back in order. Okay.
People who read like robot-centered books are so brave because Black Mirror told me all I needed to know.
No, thank
You
you.
don't like Black
And
Mirror?
no, I love Black Mirror, but the thing is, sometimes Black Mirror does not feel like fiction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
There's
so
The
whenever I
early
think,
stuff, the new Black Mirror
Yeah.
stuff is kind of.
yeah, and like so whenever I read like robot stuff and then I look at technology and what they're currently making, you know what I mean? Like when they're like, oh, we're developing a robot for, I'm like, why?
like there's definitely gonna be a
Why?
time where like we're all gonna be rating each other. Like you know,
Like,
I hated
an
that.
Uber.
Oh god, that episode was like
that one episode.
trauma.
yeah. That episode is like one of my favorite Black Mirror episodes because it is honestly very real. Like that already happens in real life, except that
Right.
we don't have that stuff like floating above our heads or like you're not grabbing your phone and you're like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just thought the social commentary in that episode was so good.
The worst episode was the very, very first one in season 1. The pig.
I disagree. That one was
Oh,
like disturbing.
That
but
I liked
honestly,
that episode.
I
The
liked
pig.
that episode too.
Yeah, okay, see the thing is what I got from that was like how much somebody's willing to do.
Okay,
to,
the
like,
message
keep
is there.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm saying. The
really,
episode is messed. The episode's messed up, but the
most disturbing one is
overall,
definitely like the kid and the adult, and he gets those messages about like
I know what you're talking about. I think.
I don't want to say it because like it's a huge spoiler for the episode.
What season is this in? Is it the newest season? Oh,
No,
okay. Then
no.
I've definitely seen that. I just probably don't. Oh, natural highlight.
I
Sweat.
remember the adult was in Game of Thrones. He's an actor that was in Game of Thrones. That's all I remember.
Oh, yeah.
No,
See, I
yeah.
watched like half an episode of Game of Thrones and was traumatized, and I never finished it.
I'm distracted by the sun just like shining on Audrey.
Thanks.
I know.
Setting.
We love to see it.
Fucking God.
I'll have to turn on a light soon.
Como, what'd you say?
Yes.
I said I'll have to turn on a light soon because
That was- yeah. That's why
Oh
we
my
got
God, White Bear. I remember that episode too. Sorry, I was reading the comments. That one was
Yeah.
messed up too. That was a huge twist I did not see coming.
I think one of the best Black Mirror episodes. Well, there's like
Oh,
the
good.
Black Museum episode was super good, and then the
Yeah.
one Hang the DJ. That episode, Hang the DJ. Do you guys remember the one with the? I think it was the one with the two women, and then it followed them over. Wasn't that Hang the DJ? Let me look that
I
up.
don't know. I haven't watched. I watch them like out of order, so I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, that's not that big of a deal. So.
yeah. You don't have to watch them in order.
No,
But I
yeah.
was the person that would literally sit watching Netflix until the episodes dropped and would watch them all in like one night. Because I think
Same.
they all dropped at the same time.
Mhm.
And I'd literally be like, and then I stopped. Right? I think when the Miley Cyrus episode,
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't think I watched that one or past that.
alright.
Shut Up and Dance was the one that I was talking about. Season 3.
Oh.
I was gonna
That's the
do.
one where like the kid gets like a message that like somebody's watching him on his camera and they like make him do a bunch of stuff.
Bye.
Oh.
You're right. They're like, do it or we'll expose you kind of thing. And yeah.
Oh,
was
I
gonna-
remember this episode.
Oh.
I only watched season.
Only?
Isn't that all of it?
LOL.
Isn't that all of it?
No, they're saying
I
they
don't count
only
the
watched
camera.
the 8th season of
Oh,
Game of Thrones.
oh.
Yeah.
Jesse has left the
Oh.
chat.
I'll come back when you watch the
That's
other
the
7
worst season
Oh, wait.
too.
Guys, I think I was wrong. I think Hang the DJ is the one with the dating app.
Hmm.
But I feel
You
like
know
there
the
were
one with the
multiple.
dating app?
That one was okay.
I thought, yeah, that's not the one I was talking about. I was talking about the one with the, I can't remember the name now. San Junipero. I think that's the name. Oh, wait. I said that too boldly. Let me Google.
So let me make sure
Yeah.
what I'm saying is.
It was that episode with these two people.
Hmm.
I don't know if they look
remember that
familiar.
one. I don't think I've seen that one. I was going to do reading books that are compared to Black Mirror vlog for Sci-Fi
Ooh.
September, but I might just cancel it. I have too many. Cancel it for next month. I'll push it to October or something.
Yay.
Oh, that's spooky season, November.
I think my favorite time of the year to watch people's content is like October and December.
Yeah.
Because some people post videos like every day in December. I'm like, your mind.
Your energy.
Your mind.
Like,
Schedule.
I tried once.
I tried that once too. I think the first Christmas that I like was on BookTube, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a video I think I got to like day 6.
I did it for
like,
2 weeks. And then the last week I didn't upload the last 3 videos until March of the next year. But I did it for like 2 weeks.
I love that you took a 3-month break.
I'm done with y'all.
That was pre-booktube though.
Aww.
Little Eyes is the most Black Mirror book. What's Little Eyes?
Oh, I've never heard of that.
I don't like that name. I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Sounds
I'm
familiar,
gonna look
but
it up.
no.
It
I heard-
already sounds racist.
I heard this.
Oh, so Jan will probably love that and give it 5 stars.
I hate it here.
They're Black suffering in Little
Why was
Eyes.
I invited here?
Oh, okay. So it's a collision of horror and humanity. Okay, the cover.
Little
makes-
mechanical stuffed animals that have cameras for eyes, wheels
Bye.
for feet, and are connected to an anonymous global server.
No.
Thank you.
The cover makes me really itchy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at too. I was like, I'm
It makes
already
me
disturbed.
really itchy.
They'll be the
But then it doesn't get any better. I don't know which.
Wait,
other cover-
and this author has
that's not
another
right.
book called Fever Dream. Who is this?
I heard This Is Not the Just Show is very Black Mirror-esque.
Oh, really? You know what? I feel like I heard a lot about that book when it was freshly coming out, and then it was like silence. Like I haven't heard anything about it literally since the day it came out.
I didn't even know it came out until my friend told me about it. Janet Meteor. Oh, thanks, Catherine.
Catherine's a sweetie. Yeah, I feel exposed having never seen Black Mirror.
Wait,
It's so good.
what?
I've seen
What?
I saw the queer episode where they're in the future and then they're in the 80s. And everyone was like, you have to watch this episode. And I watched it and it was like cute, but I wasn't obsessed. And then
That's probably San Junipero. Because that's the
Yeah.
one people
That
always
sounds
recommend
familiar.
people.
Yeah, and it's really not it. Like, literally start with season 1, episode 1.
Yeah, I think San Junipero, I like the visuals. That's why I liked that episode, because the visuals were there. But I was like, content where? So.
Bunny felt like a Black Mirror episode, true.
yeah, and then I watched another one. It was the one. I'm not even gonna begin to explain it because it's not gonna come close to what it actually. Nope, I was thinking about it. No, okay, I'm gonna try. So they were like, it was military, and they were hiding behind barrels.
Oh, are you
You
talking about
know?
the one where there's like these little like robot things that are chasing them and they're like trying to hide, and it's like, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, Jessie.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what episode you're talking. I think Starla probably knows too because they
Yeah,
were
I
not
know
there.
too. I know exactly what
I
you're
just can't remember the name.
I just wasn't
I
wild
was
about
literally
it.
just looking at it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that given how much people love Black Mirror, that if I just like sat down and watched it, I would enjoy it. But I just like haven't taken the time to do so. So yes, that is my confession on live. I've never seen, like, I've never truly watched Black Mirror. You know.
It's definitely not a show for everyone.
But it is a show for y'all, Jessie.
I'm screaming. Okay. This week or this weekend, I'll start season 1 and let y'all know.
Yeah.
Chanel, are you down for a reading sprint?
Oh yeah. I'm massively behind on my buddy reads, so.
What are your buddy reads for this month?
I am reading Finley Donovan is Killing It with Monet. She's like done. I'm on chapter 3.
That's how my buddy reads with Jessie are all the freaking time.
So
That's literally my current buddy read with Jessie. Jessie's literally currently reading Son of the Storm.
Yeah,
Vicious
been-
Bazaar.
we are.
I
We're
haven't
halfway
started
through.
Vicious.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we're over halfway through, like just over the halfway point.
mhm.
We were reading it and like we're absolutely captivated, and then we made the mistake of picking up Vicious.
And Vicious.
That was a mistake. And then Sapphicathon happened, and I had to finish The Witch King. It just so like now, but it's nice because I got a lot of the like obligatory reads out of the way, and so now I can just like dive into this fantasy, which is really dope. But even though I'm still reading
Vicious.
It's so good. It's so good.
Not someone saying vengeful is trash.
I keep hearing that.
Wait,
Everybody
what?
says it's trash.
Not my headphones falling out.
What's trash?
The sequel to Vicious, Vengeful.
I wouldn't say trash, but it's definitely not as good.
She's making a third one called Victorious, I think.
Yeah.
I think I've
V.
heard that.
Schwab is one of those authors. Like, I have such a strange relationship with V. Schwab's books because I will pick up one and I will immediately DNF, and I'll pick up the ones that are like popular, like
Have you read
Dark
Addie
Magic, Vicious. Well, here's the thing. I will pick up books like that are the most popular ones that people are always talking about, and I'll be like, I can't stand this. And then I'll pick up the books that everyone's like, what was that? And it will be 5 stars. Like Addie LaRue, I've read like 120 books almost this year, and it's still my favorite book of the year.
Wait, are
So,
people
like,
saying Addie LaRue is trash?
People do not like that book. Like,
They say it's boring.
so
I
many
loved that
people.
book.
Yeah, I feel like the thing is, and this when I heard about
You've
the
had
book,
to
I
have
did
been
not know.
depressed to enjoy the book.
See, yeah, because the thing is, I didn't know that the book was marketed as like a romance between Addie and like the person that she makes a deal with. But when I started reading the book, like right before I started reading the book, I heard people saying that, and I was like, guys, this book is literally Addie being depressed for like 300 years.
Yeah, like I was like, that's all it is.
The entire book is literally like disastrous choices left and right.
Yeah.
So, and then like even with the Monsters of Verity duology, like not a lot of people like that duology, but
like
before it's so good, right? And so I gave both of those books 5 stars, and I was like, fire reads. But everyone's like, what was that? I'm like, guys, what are we doing here?
Crying.
So many of her books, but I've only read Addie LaRue so far.
Addie is just like my book. If I could show you guys the book I read, it's literally curly from the tears. It's literally curly. The book is doing the waves. It is doing the 24-inch Brazilian wave curl. Like,
oh my god.
Not the Brazilian.
I was so
I just
emotional.
found the regular edition for $13 today, and I bought it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw your Instagram story.
I have 3 editions now.
Technically
I have 5
not
copies
breaking
of
your
that
book
book.
buying ban.
I
Yeah,
did it.
Okay.
I don't count it as my book buying ban break.
Look at this comment from Aaron, y'all.
I just read that too, and I was like, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, okay, see,
That's
people
a valid
have, like,
argument.
yeah, I think that's like a very valid statement. That's the
Yeah.
one thing about the book
You're
that I
not
was
wrong.
like, but then I was like, Addie is literally French.
I was gonna say, yeah, she does spend like 200
Where would
years,
she
though,
be
like, in
though?
France.
Like, guys, if Addie went to Africa, what do you think she'd be doing there?
Colonizing?
She wouldn't be making friends.
She would be starting like myths about the disappearing white ghosts. That would be
I mean,
So,
I would
a
be
household
so mad
tale.
if we had if it turned into this thing where Africans of various countries were just like worshiping and depicting this white woman through their artwork.
because like in the book, I'm not gonna spoil for people who haven't read it, but yeah, like what Jesse just said, like in the book, people are literally idolizing Addie. Like they make artwork about her. Like people are obsessed
She's
with her.
like a
Like
muse.
and I'm like, guys, I want to keep that in Europe.
Yeah, that can stay with the white people.
Let's keep that there. But I still think people of color who talked about their issues with the book are super valid. So there's nothing to be said about that.
It would have cost $0 for her to even make more side characters, but besides one light brown, even, But that being said, you know what I mean? Like a
Right?
cinematic
Like
thing.
Addie has so many one night stands throughout the book. Like some of them could have been brown. Like
Exactly.
But all of that being said, it didn't bother
Not
me
Beyonce.
one bit
Oh my god.
because I firmly, this is like an unpopular opinion, I feel like, among like brown readers, brown booktubers. I personally do not care if a white woman wants to write an all white cast in her book, because that to me is saying that she knows damn well that she needs to stay in her lane. And I fully support white women being like, I can't write people of color characters, and so I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, personally, I would much rather a white author be like, yeah, I'm not equipped to write these characters, and so I'm not going to put them in this narrative. Because it's like, I don't look to white women or white men or white authors for my brown representation. I look to brown people for that, personally. So that's why, like, Addie LaRue being white AF does not bother us at all, because like I did not pick up Addie LaRue like, yes, and I can't wait to see the intricate bonds that she forms with people of color. But I think that the criticism, of people of color being like, yeah, it would have been nice to be reflected in this story in any way, is totally valid. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think from what I remember, Joel wrote like a really long review about Addie, and he like talked about his issues with the book, and he brought up a lot of the things about like people of color not being there, and I totally loved, like, from my memory, what he wrote, because I think those things are really, really valid. The thing that just hurts me is when I read books that are like supposed to represent me, and it's like the only thing is that this person is my skin tone, and nothing else feels like it's like, nothing else feels like it was taken into account. Like, you can feel that the author just made that person like brown or black just to say that there was a person that was brown or black in the book. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can tell. I just feel like it will never hit the same. It will never hit the same. And there's no like winning ground. You know what I mean? So it's like we want the representation, guys. But don't embarrass us.
Put some respect on me, please.
Yeah, I think that this comment is totally valid. I agree, but also if you're writing historical fiction, doing all this other research, then research the people of color experience at the time.
I agree.
Also like
Tomas, Mary Robinette Kowal.
For real. I'm not surprised she never interacted with people of color, because honestly, a lot of white people don't interact with people of color in their daily life. New York City is literally the most segregated than the South in the 50s.
Oh, wow.
So I agree with this, but I also have not reservations, but on the flip side, like, it's weird because I simultaneously agree with this, but on the flip side, I'm also like, Addie LaRue goes into the woods and she plants a ring in the ground, and a shadow sprouts up and grants her everlasting life. I would have ran. I think we can and disbelief. I think we can agree that maybe we can just put brown people in the world. You know what I mean? We're not exactly adhering to the realm of what is realistic here.
What the fuck she's doing.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, when it comes to fantasy, I personally don't vibe with folks being like, well, like, according to like the time period, whatever. Because I'm like, there's a dragon in this book. When what dragons were in World War II?
Yeah, I think like conversations like this are always really interesting, because I'm always like I'm typically like, every person of color that has an issue with something like this, I'm like, you're completely valid, because we all go into books expecting different things. Like, some of us are going to be like, I just came here for the tea. And some of us are going to be like, I came here to feel like I was represented and I was happy and I was like in a space. And I do agree with this comment, especially because like in the community in general, most of the books that are talked about are like Western. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, they're set in the US, they're set in Europe, they're set in the UK, like they're set like maybe even in Australia. Like, I don't even see that many set in Australia or New Zealand. It's like always the US, and when it's the US, it's like California, New York. Like, it's like 4 or 5 states max. Like, when was the last time anybody read a book that was set in like Rhode Island?
No, Rhode Island.
Or Idaho.
Rhode Island's still a state.
I don't remember that. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, even then, it's like so like there's 5 places that people are always talking about. So I think like
Chicago.
Everybody who had like an opinion about the book or has opinions like that about books that they read, completely valid.
Exactly. I agree. I totally agree. It bothers me when like I know I cried. G kills me. I cannot. I would have given up after a year. I'd be like, I'm done with it.
You can take my soul now.
Take it. Well, first of all, Luke is like, kill me. You take me. Like, I absolutely love Luke. So like, you can take my soul. That's fine. That is fine.
Not that.
But yeah, I'm a big Luke stan. But I personally like get annoyed when I think when certain people of color in the book community like try and rob other people of color from like having complex relationships to like works that may or may not represent people of color in them, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you are entirely allowed, like, Chanel as a person of color to be like, yeah, it sucked that there was no Black people in the story. Just like Starla is allowed to be like, yeah, there wasn't, but like, I loved it and I connected to this regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's like, that nuance is so important, in my opinion, that like, we each be able to speak our piece about liking or like given the space to like or dislike, while not like hitting one perspective over another, because I think that just like robs us of not our diaspora, but what's the word? Not autonomy, not individual,
like our
nuance,
like our
you know, where it's like you're not all the same. What is this word?
Monolith?
Like you're
it
you're not a monolith.
Into a monolith, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, because I will read like one of my, I wouldn't call her a favorite author, but I have read every book she's written. Okay, like Casey West, she's gonna write that very simple cookie cutter ABCYA contemporary, and it's gonna be a full cast of white. And you know what? I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna be like, that was a quick, easy read. Love it. Moving on.
Yeah.
So, because I think like, especially when you grow up as a person of color, you don't ever see yourself in books. I think people don't think, or maybe they don't think, maybe they just don't acknowledge enough that when you grow up not ever seeing yourself, like the norm is to not see yourself. So like you kind of like you get comfortable never seeing yourself, so that when you do, you're like, whoa, like hold on a minute, let me sit down. You're like, what? Like, guys, when I read Ace of Spades, I was not okay.
I was not read that like last week, and it destroyed me.
Yeah, I was like, I had to sit down.
There were multiple parts that I had to put the book down. I was like, I don't have the mental capacity to handle this.
Yeah, like there's so many stories missing, and I think like for me personally, like the most important thing that I always worry about, that I like want more of, is for authors of color to be like prioritized and to be given the platform that they deserve. You know what I mean? And I think that both can be true. You can be like, oh, I like this really basic book. At the same time, this book was magical and amazing because I felt like it was everything that represented me. And I feel like both don't have to like, you know, like they can exist at the same time, which I feel like a lot of times in the community, people are like, it's this way or that. That's it. And life is not like that. Like, guys,
I would even
when you don't have Wi-Fi, when you don't have Wi-Fi or power, you think people are arguing like that in real life? I don't think so. So, anyways.
I was also...
Sorry, you go, Starla.
Okay. I was also thinking, like, part of, like, leading off of what Chanel was saying about that, you know, growing up with not really seeing the representation, you kind of had to look at other types of representation aside from, like, our race or ethnicity or skin tone. Like, I know, like, just thinking about Addie, like, I didn't go into that book looking for racial or ethnic representation. I went in there looking for mental health representation, which, you know, it's like when you're reading, growing up, especially like as a person of color, when you're reading books, you have to find other types of things to relate to the characters to, you know, mental health or socioeconomic status, like whatever it may be outside of race, especially when there wasn't that representation.
Yeah, because I remember like I was, when I was in middle school and I read Maximum Ride, I was like, they were like, her hair is flowing in the wind. I was like, her. I was like, not me, but me. I was like, I literally remember being like, I love the wind. Like when I was in middle school reading Twilight, and Stephanie Meyer was like, Bella's dark hair and moody. I was like, I love hoodies. Because like there was nothing else. Literally, there was nothing else to clutch onto. I literally was like, I love cold weather. Cold weather. I love cold weather. I was literally
screaming.
You know what's wild?
Going through it.
Yeah.
Like what we don't talk about in the book community, those of us who were specifically Black Twilight stans back in the day, what we don't talk about is the deep, like body and like personal image issues that those books gave us.
Because they're so pale.
You know what I mean? Because like every single page of those books is deeply putting white porcelain complexions on a pedestal, and there simply is just like no freaking way to read that as a brown-skinned person, I think, at all, but especially like as a Black person who's like constantly like seen as the complete antithesis of, you know, porcelain. Like there's no way to read that book without internalizing that on some way. I mean, specifically if you're standing it, you know what I mean? Like to be obsessed with like Edward and Bella, and like if you were at that level, like for me personally, I did not realize how deeply those books messed up the concept of my own beauty, and my like self-image and self-worth, because like I was obsessed with these characters for so many years, and the predominant thing about them was that they were these ethereal, white, smooth-skinned beings.
Yeah, I like when I read Twilight, I think that was like one of the first series that I had ever read, and I genuinely, this book was like Bella's milky skin. I was like, milky? Oh. What type of milk? I was like, and like the thing is, I feel like I was never like, and maybe this is why I really didn't get into reading that much when I was younger, because I just couldn't, like I would see people fight over Jacob and Edward, and I would be like, I swear they're both ugly. Like I can feel it. And you know what? I saw somebody on TikTok talk about how this is, and I feel like most people will probably agree with this. I feel like Twilight would have been such a different book if it was written by an actual Native author. Like if a Native author had written that book, and if the movie was in the hands of somebody who's actually Indigenous, it would have been so different. Because I saw someone on TikTok talk about how the Taylor Lautner was not the original Jacob. The original Jacob was an Indigenous actor. I think I saw it on TikTok or something. And they were trying to make that actor cut his hair. And so he was like, I'm not gonna do that. And so they gave the part to someone else. I don't know if that's like true, because we all know how TikTok can be. But apparently that's what the story was. Taylor was not supposed to be Jacob. Jacob was supposed to be like an actual Native actor.
Bro,
and I'm like, that is just
know
evil.
That he was not Native for the longest.
Right. Like they played us so hard.
I'm done.
So can't forgive Taylor Lautner for that.
That's fine. Who's even seen him in 8 years?
That's none of my business. Someone wants to know, SMT wants to know, how do you feel about people of color authors writing books with predominantly white characters? Personally, I support BIPOC authors writing about literally whatever they want to write about. So long as it's not exploiting an experience that doesn't belong to them. But like the author of Catherine House, who is a Black woman, got a lot of flack for not making her main character Black. And I find that so problematic and limiting to expect authors of color to carry the burden of only writing into their own boxes. And
That's
also,
hilarious because a Black girl would have never been in that situation.
I think that's actually, I remember one of the like interviews that Catherine Thomas did. She said something like that. It wasn't those specific words, but she was like,
Yeah.
this character. I think what I remember her saying was like, when I wrote the character, she wasn't Black, but like a Black girl wouldn't behave this way. The character literally could not have been Black. Like the story wouldn't have gotten written. You know what I mean? But it's like if yeah, I mean, I also think, because I think about this too with non-binary authors writing like predominantly cis characters, like when non-binary authors do write cis characters, I mean. And I have come to like the I've been thinking that non-binary authors, even when they're writing cis characters, write cisness in such a complex, dynamic way, like giving us the kind of cisgender representation that we should be getting in a way that like critiques cisness while also removing like the toxicity out of it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And so I think that the same when it comes to authors of color, I think that authors of color are in a unique position to compose characters that are white in a way that stretches boundaries or that challenges like the way that we see whiteness in societies, if that makes sense. So yeah, I personally am completely down.
Yeah, I don't have too much of an opinion on that. I just think it's interesting, guys. Interesting. Okay, the word is interesting. That when it comes to authors of color, they are held to such a high standard that even writing your own ethnicity, your own race, your own background is so heavily critiqued. But then an author who's not an author of color, YT, sure we can all put those two letters together and figure out what I mean. When they do that, I feel like they just get praised for anything. Like anybody in there who is Black, it's like, oh my God, Black character here on page 59. And that's like it. And I think that it's funny that they get begged to write characters of color, and then authors of color who are actual people of color are like villainized for what they choose to write. And I think like people don't, like as people of color, like it's so hard to even get your foot in the door that I personally, like, I don't blame people for being like, I need to, even if it was like, even if an author of color literally came in a whole podcast and was like, yep, wrote that full white cast because I was trying to get a check, I would not blame them, because getting your foot in the door especially as a Black person is so hard. So if that's what you had to do to get your name on the books, I'm not going to judge you. As long as that book is good and it's okay, people are reading it, you're making your money, like why should they be held to such? It's like when people are like, oh my God, you're Black, like you speak so well. It's like, oh my God, you're Black, you wrote a book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just 100%. Feel like they should be allowed to exist in the same spaces. And if a white author can write all of that, then I feel like authors of color should be given that chance to get their name in there.
For sure. And like I can literally think of at least a handful of authors of color that have like written a book with white characters to then later on write books with characters of color. And it's probably that exact thing, like to get their foot in the door, to get, you know, just out in the field. They felt like they needed to write white characters because that was what would sell.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're like I didn't know anything about how publishing or books or anything worked until I joined BookTube. But when you think about the books that get like talked about, that get advertised, that get all those arcs, that get all those promotions, like all the promotional content, a lot of times, even when there are people of color in the books, their love interests are not people of color.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot, like I remember somebody talking about, even like with movies, somebody was talking about how, and people can like not like this book, that's fine, but Nicola Yoon's book The Sun Is Also a Star, that book has like two people of color as the people who are like in a relationship. The movie was two people of color, and it flopped so hard. So do with that what you will.
I thought the book did really well.
The book did
book
well,
did
but people
really
don't like it. People didn't like the book.
Oh,
I
I
love
never
the
read
book.
it, or like I just thought, okay, that's good.
Yeah, the book did
you're
really
Your
well.
point's valid either way.
Yeah,
You're-
but I've
you're
heard so many
correct
people
either
be
way.
like, the movie was cringy. I hated how the movie went, blah, 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 blah. And apparently I saw somewhere someone was talking about how it just didn't do that great. And I'm like, I watched it and I loved it. So it gave me the immigrant representation that I was needing. So
I still haven't seen it, but like we really want to watch it.
it's good. I liked it.
Like we're not interested in romance, but that is a movie that like I
Mhm.
still want to watch.
Yeah, I really loved the book, especially because Nicola Yoon went into depth about like black hair and like beauty supply stores and like how black people are viewed when they enter those spaces. And I was like, chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm. Backpack at the counter.
Yeah, it's definitely like The Sun Is Also a Star is definitely not a book for everyone, and it's definitely like very simple YA 24 hours type of vibe. But I felt like what the book talked about was more important than the writing style and like all of that stuff. I was like, this is a book that I can't think of another book like this. So
yeah. Bring that higher up on my TBR.
yeah,
Y'all want to do another sprint?
Sure.
I am down.
Yeah. How long do y'all want to sprint for?
Matter.
Half an hour?
What'd you say? Half hour?
Like half an hour?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, someone do my math, please.
11:07. Oh wait, that's my time. Your time 10:07.
Just
That's so
07.
crazy that you can just like do that. That's amazing. Okay. All right, 07. 19.
08 now.
Somebody said, no, chatting is fun. Y'all don't want us to hit those goals.
Right.
Good night,
What do you think we're gonna
Victor.
chat about, guys? We need to read.
Excuse me, bow ties and books.
So annoying.
Y'all are out here losing guests.
Not
Oblivious
guests.
as shit. Like,
Dang, they just left.
no, they didn't. They messaged us, and y'all ignored their messages.
Abandonment. Wait, how do I see the group chat?
On Instagram.
Yeah, it's an Insta.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading. Was on Instagram. What did they say?
Chanel, she had to get to Walmart before it closed to get groceries, and Starla just said bye.
Chanel was like, Jesse's not going to see this till next year, but congrats on 30K.
This is so exciting. No, that makes sense because I was going to propose that. Oh my gosh, why does Tammy always come in when we're about to end the live? No, Tammy.
Impeccable timing.
It always.
Not Starla still being here commenting.
Charlotte just was like, I'm done participating. I'm just gonna troll with
They
comments.
literally like, I'm leaving.
So funny.
Starla's like, I don't want association with Jesse or no. I don't want my face next to theirs.
It's perfect. Oh my gosh. Tammy, no, we need to do private sprints since we can never, because I always miss Tammy's. Like I come in at the end of Tammy's lives and lives and vice versa. Ooh, Malka, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
That is so
It wasn't about me
Oh my
anymore.
God, Starla.
It's about Malka now.
Thank you. Have a good night or good morning, depending on where you're at, or good afternoon. I don't know if y'all noticed when we were doing sprints, but Akasha came over and stepped on me. You saw that?
Yeah. Well, I saw people commenting about it.
Oh, really? Cute. Yeah, she said, wrap this up. Take me for a walk.
Love that.
Every single time that we're either filming or that we're on live, Akasha, she want to be a YouTuber so bad.
Just make her channel.
What would it be about?
Parking.
The Hunger Games reels and all the doggy friends she meets at the park.
How many pages did y'all get, or like how did your sprint go?
I was trying to get to 50 for the day because I'm buddy reading this with Bear from A2 Brody, and so we decided on like 50 pages a day. But I got to 65, so then I switched over to this for like 10 more pages.
Ooh, how is that?
I like this so far. It's really, really easy to read, and the characters are super funny. I'm kind of waiting to see how I feel about it because I feel like it's one of those premises that could like either go very right or very wrong. So I'm kind of like just letting it play out and reserving judgment.
Word.
Starla saying I read 106 pages. Get out of here.
Hey, we love that.
We get it.
I had the audiobook for The Witch King, so I was just following along.
Oh,
So it's a lot faster than what I would have read just physically.
Sure.
I wish Hoopla went faster than double speed though, but
Oh, it doesn't?
only Libby does. From last time I heard. I don't know if Scrib changed theirs.
Doesn't Audible go faster?
Oh yeah, Audible too.
Someone goes higher than 2. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
Maybe Script? Not sure.
Scrib doesn't.
Doesn't? Okay.
Yeah, because that's the main way that we listen to audiobooks.
Mm.
And sorry, I've been yawning all day.
Yeah, I make coffee.
It's actually like I'm not tired. I have like I get neck pain, and like when my neck pain is really bad, I yawn a lot because like my muscles are trying to get more oxygen, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
I've had that before.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
Mhm.
reflexive. And I saw my, hi, Akasha. I saw my,
Hoopla goes up to 4 times now?
okay, we're
Someone said Libro FM. I think I am thinking of Libro FM because it goes up to 3.5.
Yeah, who's a big girl? Who's a big girl?
My Hoopla only goes up to double.
Who's a big girl? Yeah. Yes. One day she's gonna attack me.
Oh! Stop! There's a custom button! It does go up to 4 times speed. Oh my god, lifesaver Tammy, I freaking love you. This is why I'm subscribed.
Tammy knows everything. That's so
Oh
cool.
my god. I'm finishing this tonight then.
Not
No-
tonight.
No excuses.
That audiobook is just gonna be a blur in the wind. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap up the live show. Thank you, y'all, for being a part of this wild celebration.
Absolutely wild.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes. Congrats on 30K. We're proud of you.
Thank you. I'm probably at 20K now after this live. So.
It's okay, it'll go back up after the owl-pology.
The owl
video.
I like legit. I know I'm gonna lose so many subscribers when that goes up because I told so many dad jokes.
Oh no.
Oh god, you're losing me for sure.
No, like half of the video is just me laughing at the dad jokes that I'm telling.
Oh gosh. No wonder it's 40 minutes long.
It is. It's just 20
Oh
minutes.
my god.
Dad jokes and memes that only I think are funny. So. 20K.
Yellow.
You'll have to come back in like a few months when I get back up to 30. Okay. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for coming, spending time. Be safe.
Wear a mask, and I'll see y'all in the next Bow Ties and Books production.
I hate you. Bye.